The anger is boiling over. Asim Munir's brutal crackdown in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir has left Pakistan exposed as questions continue to grow over just how desperate the Pakistan army really is to try and silence the protesters, and how miserably it has failed to do so because the entire world is watching. But then when does this end? Let's tell you what's happened in the latest. A British national was reportedly shot dead by the Pakistani forces in PoK. His name, Mohammad Akhtar, he was reportedly killed by the Pakistani security forces during protests in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. Another British citizen reportedly remains detained. The families allege reportedly excessive force and arbitrary arrests. The UK government has expressed concern over the situation. This comes on top of the mounting anger over the killing of several protesters in PoK, and the situation has remained volatile, to say the least. Here's what's known about this British national. According to a Guardian report citing his family, Mohammad Akhtar was reportedly killed on the 9th of June after Pakistani security forces opened fire on protesters gathered to demand economic and electoral reforms in PoK. In fact, reports suggest that another British national has remained behind bars in a prison in PoK for more than 2 months, despite the efforts by his family to secure his release through the intervention of UK's Foreign Office. Akhtar was reportedly staying in Kotley city in PoK, near the area where the clashes broke out. And according to the Guardian report, his cousin says he wasn't even taking part in the protests. The demonstrations were happening close to his house, and there was firing by the forces that day, and that he was hit by a stray bullet. His family reportedly had been unable to even file a police complaint in PoK and feared that drawing attention to the case could put the family at risk. Just imagine their plight. In fact, the UK's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office has expressed grave concern over the dire situation in PoK. Before we talk more about that, let's also lay out the context. The situation there has remained on the boil amid Asim Munir's cruel crackdown. Meanwhile, the anger in Balochistan has been intensifying as well. So are the calls for independence there. In fact, Baloch leader Mir Baloch urged the international community to recognize the independence of Balochistan and slammed Pakistan for its ongoing repression at the hands of the Pakistani establishment. In a post on X, he said, I'm quoting now, "The 6 crore people of Balochistan celebrate their National Independence Day every year on the 11th of August. Today, we have reached a stage where we do not merely celebrate our independence, but demand from the world that the independence of Balochistan be recognized legally, politically, diplomatically, and morally." Doubling down on Pakistan as it continues to curtail the freedoms in Balochistan, he claimed that more than 50,000 Baloch are still enduring inhuman atrocities in Pakistan. He also slammed Pakistan further, saying it may possess thousands of tanks, hundreds of warplanes, artillery, a large army, but the army of Balochistan, according to him, is 10 times more powerful and successful than the army of Pakistan in physical, mental, and fighting capability. In a message, he also claimed that Balochistan was an independent nation and urged countries and the international organizations to stop referring to the region as a province of Pakistan. He said moral support for the people of Balochistan must continue so that they can remove, in his words, the cancer-like Pakistan from the land. Just for further context, last month, remember, the rebel group claimed to have seized control of majority of the region and had declared independence. And in the message of independence, the group also thanked international media organizations, particularly those in India, as well as researchers, think tanks, that it said had highlighted the Balochistan issue globally. Balochistan is observing its Independence Day, as it calls it, continuing that annual tradition. The Baloch struggle for independence, remember, has significant historical origins starting way back in 1947. Meanwhile, people have reportedly voiced concerns over the communication blackout on the ground as authorities have suspended mobile and internet services in Quetta and various other parts of Pakistan's Balochistan for a second consecutive day because of the looming security threats, as per local media. All of these developments adding to the concern, the growing list of questions that Pakistan needs to answer. The killing of the British national in PoK, the killings of protesters by Munir's forces, triggering serious concern and a question that remains unanswered. When will Pakistan be held accountable for killing civilians there? In fact, earlier today, India called on the international community to hold Pakistan accountable for the gross violation of human rights in PoK, slamming Pakistan for violence against protesters in the area. And asked about reports that Americans of Kashmiri descent had written to the UN Secretary General seeking intervention to end the violence in PoK. The MEA spokesperson backed the call for greater international attention to the situation. He stressed on how in the last several months we have seen that during the elections and before that, large-scale protests were held there and public discontent was answered with bullets and blackouts.
I would like to highlight that we have seen the kind of human rights violations that were committed in Pakistan occupied Kashmir and other parts of that country. We call upon the international community to hold Pakistan accountable for its misdeeds, for its abuses, and for flagrant violation or gross violation of human rights.
The situation at PoK has once again highlighted Pakistan's shortcomings, to say the least, when it comes to guaranteeing basic human rights to its people. Not just that, the atrocities, the killings. There is a growing need for the international community to take note of the situation and not just that, hold Pakistan accountable for the deaths reported during the recent violence. As ordinary people continue to lose their lives, these are killings that cannot and will not be brushed under the carpet.